Hey there, comic book fans. Got a special comic book haul for you today. It's one I put in an order for mycomicshop.com / Lone Star Comics. Uh, I usually have a want list on there that I put things I want. It's usually like filling in things or maybe things I missed or things that caught my eye or whatever. And maybe once a year I make an order from them. I finally was like, I'm finally going to make an order now. I think the last one I did was last year. I got 25 comics. Cost about, I think it was $100, maybe $101. So, uh, you know, around $4 an issue. They varied from $2.50 to $6. I think was the most expensive issue, but with tax and shipping, that drives the price up too. But the first thing I'm going to show you before that is on our a regular viewer of our Friday night show, Mr. Tit Goblin, decided he found these in the dollar bin. This is volume 3 of Mr. X, which I didn't know even existed until recently. He's like, there's a volume 3? He went out and checked his local dollar bin and he said, I want to send them to you. So he ended up mailing them to me. And he also did little cartoons of all of us on the Friday night show. Let me show you those. There's Paolo right there. Here comes Wilson. Whoops, let me if I can get them on screen right. There's Wilson. There's me saying this goddamn tape has no place near my comics. And I was just looking at these new comics from, well, I haven't actually looked at them. I just see the back of them has tape on them. I have to take all the tape off. There we go. There's Chris Jeruso. So he did a nice little comic of each one. Now, one good thing, mycomicshop.com always packs well. A nice sturdy box, and they got these corners in there, and everything's bagged and boarded. So, not much is going to happen to your not much damage is going to happen to your comics. I already opened the box and pulled them out, but I haven't looked at them. Here's my list. I can tell you, it comes with a packing list. I can tell you how much I paid for each one. Let's see what's here. What do we have? Johnny Quest number 31. This is one I didn't know existed. I thought I had all the Johnny Quests. Then one day, I think it was Howler Mouse Tim. I was watching him and he said something about he found the elusive Johnny Quest 31, and I was like, "Do I have that?" And I looked it up in my database, and sure enough, I did not. And this I've had on my, and it can go. This one I only paid. What did I pay for this one? Johnny Quest, $4. But a really sharp condition one of this can go for like 30, or a CG Seed one can go for 50 or something like that. Because I guess it's the hard to find last issue, which I had on my pull list back in the day. I don't know why I got every other issue, but not this one. But sure enough, I didn't have this one. So finally, they got in a copy priced which I could go with, so I ordered one. Then what else do we have? Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. This is the one, cover gallery. This is the one when it came. It's only from this year or maybe last year. I can't remember which. I think I paid cover price for it. Let me just check. Frank Frazetta, yeah, $5. That's cover price. And I was like, do I really want it? Because one of the things I like about Death Dealer, which is on my regular pull list, is it puts all the alternate covers, it prints them in the back. I'm like, do I really need them in one issue? I've got them all in the back of the original, but I'm such a sucker for comic book covers. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to... I didn't order it when it was on final order cutoff, and I kind of regretted it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll finally order it. We'll get one of those. So that's just a collection of covers, so I'm going to be able to look through them easily. Then we've got Strangers in Paradise number 9. This is volume 2. I've just like on my I have almost all of the Strangers in Paradise stuff, but not all of it. Like I was missing. I think even I've got a few issues in here. I may be missing 5 more from volume 2 or so. And these were all like $2.50, which, let's see, number 9 was Strangers in Paradise 9. Yeah, this was $2.50. So, why not? Why not fill in those issues I'm missing for $2.50? Here's one I bought just for the fun of it. Hot Stuff number 154. think this was the most expensive book at $6. Hot Stuff, yep, fine, $6 this one was. And kind of the only reason I got it was I consider myself having started collecting comics when I was 9. That's when Hulk 200 came out, and I had Hulk 201, 202, and 203 that I traded for a neighbor to. And that's when I realized they all went in a row and told one big story. But I had comics before then, but I don't remember any of them. Because it's like sort of that me, because they were just around. I read comics like every kid read comics in the early 70s. But I didn't really collect them. All I remember from that era before Hulk 200 was that Hot Stuff was my favorite comic. And I don't have a single Hot Stuff comic in my collection until now. So I was just like, you know what? I want a Hot Stuff comic. So I just looked through their Hot Stuff to see a cover I liked. And this, on the flaming spaceship cover was the one I liked. So I like, that's what I'm getting. Hot Stuff number 154. It's a 40 center, so it must be from the 70s. I don't really know that much about Hot Stuff. Then what else do we have? This is The Great Gatsby. Number 5B. I've been collecting The Great Gatsby. I've been working on my own Great Gatsby illustrated version. And I collected this, but I didn't get all the alternate covers. There was usually 2 covers, but I usually just got 1. Some of them I got 2 of. But with this one, I just happened to. I was like, I wonder how much the alternate covers are going for. I think it was let's see, half price or something, $3.50. So I think they're listed as fine condition. They look pretty flawless to me on first glance. So I got a couple of the Gatsby ones that I was missing, just to add to the collection. Then we've got. I started my last year already? When I started my pop art comics stuff, references of comics covers that have pop art in them from the 60s. And here's one, Laugh. It's an Archie one with a pop. I have a couple of others that have pop art references. Another Archie one, and I think it's a bunny. This one was, how much was this one? Laugh. Not that much. Yeah, this was the second most expensive one at $5.60. Once again, bought it just for its cover. It's going to go in my pop art section. It all started with reading a biography of Edie Sedgwick, and that got me into the whole pop art mindset. Then we've got Lester of the Lesser Gods, an Eric Powell one. This is the one I saw on Sleepy Readers poll ages ago when it first came out a couple years ago, and he liked it. I had never seen it, but I put it on my want list, and put it in this once again $2.50. So, $4 cover price, $2.50. Obviously, it's not one that's in high demand, so I figured I'd pay $2.50 for another Strangers in Paradise, number 11 of Volume 2. Nice cover. Once again, $2.50. I think one of the Strangers in Paradises was $4.50. I don't remember, but I think all the rest were $2.50. This is Clone number 1. If you've been following our Friday night show, I bought my first ever CGC books, the cheapest ones I could find, and Clone number 1 was the book I bought, CGC 9.8, and this is a version of it I bought. So I'm like, I have the whole series of Clone. I bought it back in the day, but I never even knew this alternate cover existed, so I never got it. But I have it CGC 9.8. So I figured I may as well get a raw copy too. So I got that. It was like $2.50 also, not an expensive one. Let's see, that one wasn't Clone. Yeah, $2.50. $2.50. Why not? Oh, here we go. Death Blow Wolverine. This one is. I got both issues of it. They're not read. I was a fan of the Tim Sale Death Blow from the early 90s. Always liked it. Good story. Catholic mythology in that one. It was pretty cool. And then recently, this one popped up. I saw a few people mention it as a really cool comic from the 90s. I think it's from the 90s, $2.50. And I don't know. I saw it like a couple of different places pop up. So I was like, you know what? That, and it's once again $2.50 for each one. So I was like, you know what? I want to check that. I can't even remember what was cool about it that made me put it on my want list because I put it on there a month or two ago. But got that. Here's a. I got this just. I already have one of these sketch covers. This is Gatsby #1 sketch cover. But once again, it was $2.50. I figured one day I'll have somebody draw, or maybe draw myself a Gatsby on it. So I may as well have two. But I got it because it was $2.50. Strangers in Paradise #13, Volume 2. Once again, going with that, filling up that Strangers in Paradise. And on here we have Scott McTierney's Holiday Party. My friend Scott Koblish did this one, and I somehow missed. Did I have? Is the one I ordered Holiday? I can't even remember which one I missed now. Let me just make sure that it's the right one. Holiday, yeah, I must have been the one I meant, because I think there was a Halloween party, it's another part. I don't know if I missed ordering. It only came out last year. I don't know if I missed ordering it on final order cutoff or it never made it into my shop. But since I missed it, I was like, may as well order it. I think this one was cover price at $4 because it's a new one. Where was it? $4. This one was. So, and I'm also getting I think, is it just in a couple of weeks? There's a trade coming out of all the holiday parties. Jerry Duggan, Brian Posen, Scott Koblish. Scott Koblish is drawing it. He used to work at Marvel with them, so I'd buy his stuff. Here's another Great Gatsby. What one is? Oh, this is #4, Great Gatsby. The cover I missed, so I figured may as well throw it in my Gatsby collection. $2.50. Strangers in Paradise, Volume 3, #2. Here's that other. This is only a 2-issue series, this Deathblow Wolverine. So there's the second issue. So I can't even remember what. Like I said, there was a couple of people on Twitter who were like, "Ooh, this is a really interesting issue. It's different for blah blah blah." Can't remember why. Oh, and I picked up Monstrous #1, the Image Firsts version, because I don't have my. I ended up selling my original one a couple of years ago, so I have every other issue but #1. So I figured I'd get the Image First versions of it because once again, it wasn't that expensive. I think those originally came out at around $1, but what did I just pay for it? Where is it? Image First, Mantra, $2.50. There you go. I got a lot of $2.50 books. Then we've got Journey. This is the second volume of the Adventures of Wolverine McAllister Journey. I have the whole first volume. I bought it at mycomicshop.com last year or the year before, I forget which. But for some reason I didn't have. This was only like 2 issues, I think, and I had issue 1. So there's issue 2. I believe I paid $2.50 for that one too. So now that's complete. Here's a Strangers in Paradise #5. Like I said, this is volume 2, which is really early on, so Terry Moore's artwork looks a little different there. Another alternate Gatsby cover. What is this? #7. The alternate cover to Gatsby, foil edition. Once again, $6 cover price and $3.49 for me. So that's why I was picking them up. And here we have Volume 2, #14, July 1996. This is another Strangers in Paradise. Those got a Molly and Pooh. Once I get these all of them set, I'm going to reread it. And here's one that just came out a couple of weeks ago. I think I paid whatever the cover price is, $4. This is the Scott Koblish wraparound cover with. It matches up with issue 7, which I got at my shop, but then they didn't get an extra. I didn't put it on my pull list. I usually don't buy Marvels, and they didn't have an extra #8, so I decided to order it from there. This is the one. if you can open up, they're both double page spreads. They both go together, and there's like 1,000. He tried to draw every Fantastic Four character there was on these two wraparound covers. What else do we have here? Strangers in Paradise, number 8, volume 2. Here's the one missing issue of Mr. X, volume 1. I didn't have number 13 for some reason. There it is. I'm about to read this in the hardcover. I'm up to that. I've been rereading these, but in the hardcover. I'm going to reread them in the comics, too, one day. But actually, I think I'm going to reread Mage in the original comics rather than my collected editions. Just to read them as comics. But only went 14 issues. This was 13. Never had it for some reason. Oh, Mike Kaluta cover, that is, too. I didn't even realize that. So now I've got all of Mr. X Volume 1, 2, and 3, since I just got those sent to me. I've got all those, plus I've got, I don't know if 3 was ever collected in any kind of volume, but I've got the collected edition. I've got the volumes 1 and 2 in the hardcovers also. And there's Strangers in Paradise, number 7. Volume 2. That's the last of them. So there you go. Big pile of 25 comics. Cost me, let's see, do they have the exact price on here? $101.34. The actual comic books were $80.66. The rest was shipping and tax. So that was the total. Alrighty. Hope you enjoyed looking at those covers, and you guys have a good week out there.